Hello Virgo, this is Seth and you're watching Rodriguez Mystic, and this is your tarot forecast for the month of November 2017. And today we are using one of my all-time favourite tarot decks, the Morgan-GREER, and the oracle cards. I'm working with 3 different oracle decks today. We're working with the Nature's Whispers oracle cards by Angela Hartfield. The artwork is by Josephine. And these tarot forecasts are the first that I've been using this deck. It's the first time I've used this deck for clients, so that's really interesting for me. Then Vintage Wisdom Oracle cards by Victoria Moseley, and the Angels, Gods and Goddesses deck by Toni, Carmine, Salerno. So I'm just going to jump straight into this. So we're looking at the main influences coming up for the month of November 2017 for Virgo. Okay Virgo, so the central message, the overall theme for the month of November 2017 is the Knight of Rods, more commonly known as the Knight of Wands in most tarot decks. And the Knight of Wands is about movement. It's very much about motivation and really going for something hell for leather. Really, just firing away at something. It's very fiery. The rods or wands represent fire in the tarot, so it's about action. And the Knight of Wands is somebody who charges into doing something. It feels like it's going to be a very forward-moving month for you, very fast-paced actually. And the only kind of warning or message with the Knight of Wands that comes up often for people is it can encourage people just to slow down just slightly. It says, it's great that you've got the enthusiasm and the motivation to go for something, but maybe you just need to pull back just a little bit, do a little bit more research before you just go charging ahead. So that can be a lesson for you to contemplate for this month. But either way, it does feel like action is going to be taking place quite rapidly for you. If there are any big decisions for you to make this month, it feels like you're going to really make some progress. So there's a lot of movement, a lot of progress and a lot of action happening for you this month. That's your central message. Now at the beginning of the month we've got the Emperor. There's a lot of confidence I'm getting from this reading already. So the beginning of the month we've got the Emperor. The Emperor is the guy who's in charge. Somebody who's really on top of things, somebody who has their eyes on their kingdom, or their empire I should say, somebody who really has a good grip on what is happening all around them, nothing gets past them, really feeling on top of things, and being aware of any problems before they arise, so being very clued up. So in some ways it's kind of contrasting to the Knight of Wands, who rushes into things sometimes without knowing all the full details. I actually feel that this card, the Emperor, is talking more about how you may be feeling. You may feel like you have a clearer idea of what's happening than you actually do. I also feel with the Emperor, it's saying that at the beginning of this month, you really will be feeling like you have a good idea of everything that could happen with this particular venture that you may be going on. You also may be feeling quite confident in life in general, and really feel like you've got a good idea of where you're heading. And if you do have any plans for this month, you probably feel like you're quite confident and sure about yourself and how those plans are going to work out. Now in the middle of the month we've got the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups can often be about nostalgia and reconnecting with old friends from the past. So you may literally be reconnecting with some people that you've not seen for a while. You may even be getting nostalgic about the past in the middle of November. It indicates very good, genuine, innocent relationships, friendships with people where there's a really pure feeling between the pair of you. It's a genuine friendship. It's not a friendship that's false, where one person wants something out of the other person. So I feel like there's going to be, in the middle of November, probably, just a really good connection happening with a friend, an acquaintance of some kind. It can refer to new friendships, but usually if it's talking about a new friendship, it's one of those friendships where we feel like we've known that person for a very long time, even though we may only have known them for a few weeks or a couple of months. But it feels like this person, it also feels to me like the middle of November will feel quite peaceful for you and reassuring. So even though there's a lot of movement and action, it almost feels like the middle of November will be a nice peaceful time for you just to take some time out of your plans and actually have a positive and enjoyable social experience, whether that is reconnecting with a friend and going out for dinner with them. Just it feels like it's to do with spending time with loved ones that you feel a very strong connection to, whether it is somebody from your past or you know, a new person in your life that you just feel very connected to. It can also refer to family members. And when it's referring to old friends, it doesn't have to mean somebody that you've not seen for years. It could just be somebody that you normally see quite regularly, but you haven't maybe seen them in the last couple of months. So that's about reconnecting with people from your past, or at least having a very good connection with somebody. And then the final section of the month of November is the Three of Wands, which has come up for a few people today. The Three of Wands is about embarking on a new venture. So again, it ties in very well with the Knight of Rods. Again, it's confirming that yes, there is going to be movement happening for you. The Three of Rods is about embarking on some kind of new venture, and it's usually quite significant. It can be a new job, it could be a new career aspiration, it could be the commencement of a new project. I feel like it's something more to do, more than just a project though. It feels like something that will have a significant impact on your life. So it could be a new living arrangement, it could be a new job, something that will be quite long lasting. I'm also getting the feeling that it could also be about just planning a trip, you know, going and visiting somewhere that you've not been to before. The rod here behind the figure represents that this person has got what it takes to make a success of this. But I keep getting this message coming through that this card is talking about something which will have a long-lasting impact on your life. So if this is talking about going on a holiday at the end of this month, it feels like that would be a significant holiday for you that would inspire you and stay with you for years to come. That is just an intuitive message that I'm getting. It really does feel like this is significant. This new beginning of some kind at the end of the month is something you should absolutely go for, and the Knight of Rods is confirming that. He's saying to go for it. I would say though to just think about in a little bit more detail about things before you take action, but you will be taking action nonetheless. And in fact, this person in the centre of November, this friend, this period of peace and time out that we're going to be having middle of November, this could be a really good time to throw some ideas back and forward with that friend or connection that you've got with somebody, because I feel like they could be giving you some advice to take heed of. Your tips and hints card, which ties in very well actually with the Knight of Rods in many ways. Your tips and hints card is the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is about feeling very overwhelmed by options and choices and ideas, and it can represent flitting from one idea to another in our heads to the point where we don't take action. This card can be about feeling so overwhelmed mentally that we don't do anything. We just daydream about different possibilities without actually taking action on any of them. So it's very interesting to me that we've got your advice card here is to saying to get out of this rut of feeling like you're not making any progress and you're just drifting around, floating around in your head with all these ideas. And yet we've got as your card for the month the Knight of Rods, which is absolutely about taking action. So it feels like you're already kind of on this. It feels like you're going to be dealing with this very well. You're going to be making a success of this. You're going to stop throwing ideas around and not doing anything. This is your month to actually take action, to act on these things. But this is just advice saying, you know, make sure you at least make an initial step on with a plan, rather than just letting it pass you by and thinking about moving on to the next thought in your head. And then from your oracle cards, we've got Goddess of Knowledge from the Angels, Gods and Goddesses deck, and it says start to apply what you already know and trust your intuition. So it's encouraging here to apply what you already know, and this is very interesting thinking about the Six of Cups, because as I said before, the Six of Cups can be about nostalgia and connections from the past. And I also said that this could be somebody who helps you to think through things before you take action. So this person could be somebody who reminds you of things that you already know, and to bear in mind before you go on this exciting new journey at the end of the month. And it can also just be talking about things that you know yourself, and you reminding yourself of what you already know, so that you don't repeat past mistakes. So this can be talking about past mistakes as well here. So it's saying to start to apply what you already know. It's also saying to trust your intuition. And the Knight of Rods in many ways is quite intuitive, because he's going into something, he's going for something and doesn't know the full details in a rational, logical sense, but he's going for it. He's very much driven by his gut feelings. So that's very interesting. It doesn't seem to be... it seems to be continuing you to encouraging you to take action and to do this, but just have a little bit of foresight. Just think about things a little bit, but not to the point where you slip back into not doing anything and just being lost in your thoughts. So that's what we've got there. Then we've got, from the Vintage Wisdom, we've got Celebration. Again, I feel like this card could be talking about this connection in the mid-November with a friend. This could be that you're celebrating something with a past connection, celebrating with a friend that you're reconnecting with. I also feel that this need for celebration is actually the new venture that you'll be embarking on at the end of the month. So that looks exciting. So there definitely seems to be reason to celebrate and things to look forward to with this month. And I think the overall theme that you're going to be happy about is that you've taken some action and that you're making progress and moving forward. And then the final card from the Nature's Whispers Oracle deck is Inner Truths. This ties in with this idea of going with your intuition, because when we follow our intuition, we're following something that we know to be true within ourselves. We know it deep down inside that this is what we should be doing. So that's the first message I get from this card. I also feel like it's talking about, again, it's connecting quite nicely with the Six of Cups again, the idea of connecting with your past. An inner truth can be something that you know to be true because of your past experiences. Yeah, I keep being drawn to this middle card, the Six of Cups. It really feels to me like mid-November is going to be a bit of a... It feels very significant, and it feels like it's going to be exactly what you need to help you refine some plans for this final, for this beginning that happens at the end of the month for you. So if you do have a plan to do something quite significant in your life, whether it is just planning to go on holiday, or if it's something a bit more significant, like, you know, looking to move to a new location, get a new job, embark on a new course of study that has a long-term plan connected to it, whatever it is, whatever this plan is, I really feel like mid-November is going to be a great time for you to take a little bit of a pause, just a little bit of time out to reassess how you're going to go about this, because mid-November it feels like you're going to find the missing piece of the puzzle, and you're going to realise something that perhaps needs to be changed in order to avoid a past mistake from emerging its ugly head. So that's your brief tarot forecast, Virgo, for the month of November 2017. I hope that this helps, and feel free to like, share, rate, comment, subscribe to my channel. Feel free to check out all of my links below this video if you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, or follow my blog. You can find details for booking a personal reading with me one-to-one below this video, and my personal readings obviously are a lot lengthier and more in-depth than these readings that I do. And if you're interested in the decks that I've been working with today as well, you can find information on these decks below this video as well. So until next time, Virgo, take care.